What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, it's going to be a very chill sit down type video, but I am excited to just show y'all how I use these perm rods to curl my locks. Clearly I don't have a retwist. I actually just washed my hair. You don't always need a retwist in order to kind of switch your look up. I tried these curls on Sunday and I actually did like how they looked, but I didn't like how my hair felt.
You got two choices. Yes or yes.
And I was thinking about recording it and I'm glad I didn't because it would have been a fail anyway. So my hair was not clean and I pretty much did it on semi-dry hair. I sprayed my hair just a little bit and then I used this mousse for the rest of the product, and it just made my hair feel very like sticky and icky and dirty. So like I said, I'm glad I didn't record it because like don't do that. So I'm excited to do these curls again. I shampooed it 3 times and conditioned it, and here we are. Here it is. Still loving my locks. Of course, they are shrinking, but they are definitely growing. So I got my Free Spirit leave-in spray. And then I'm going to also use this Pop Don't Stop from Free also. I'm not going to use too much of the Pop Don't Stop. I'm actually just going to apply this just one time all over. Just got some all over my hands. And I'm just going to run that through. A little does go a long way, and it does offer some hold. Not like a gel, of course, but it does offer some hold. So I think this, I feel like, look at that. Whew. It's just, they're flourishing. I love them. It's super hydrating. It has humectants in it also. Sometimes when I kind of run out of butter, sometimes at the shop, I'll use this on my client's hair and it works just as good. I just don't always recommend people to do it at home because I think people have the tendency to apply too much. So what you saw me do is the most that I'll do. Start on this side, even though I normally start on my left side because I am a lefty. Spray that section. And then just get into it. I don't really care about making it super neat, and I actually do want it to still look pretty fluffy, kind of like a fro. So I'm leaving about 1 inch or 1.5 inches at the root. I don't want tension. I don't want it to feel tight at all. I'm perfectly fine with the rollers pretty much hanging and not feeling like super tight to my scalp. Y'all know I don't like tension, so that's the reason. I feel like I don't even need to explain that too much. So this end right here, I'm going to tuck it next to that, and then I'm going to roll the lock on top of that end, and then just go down and clip it. Look at that skin, baby. Look at that skin. All right, here's another one. Stretch it. Yes. And then just roll it. Just kind of alternate and kind of mix the two, the double locks, the double perm rods. Y'all know what I'm saying. Mix the ones with two locks on them. Just mix them throughout. And then when I get to the top, I kind of want them to be singles. Just for a little bit more definition. Because what we always say, the back of my head is none of my business. It's going to look good anyway, but it really is none of my business. Because I can't see it. They are moving. They're not tight to my head, which is actually what I want. I don't need them to be super tight. I don't want to feel any tension whatsoever, especially because it's not retwisted. So it's like there's no use of it going to my root anyway. I'm gonna spray liberally in this whole section. Might as well just finish this section. And I'm just excited to show y'all that you do not need a whole lot of products. Like, people will try to sell you, you know, 15 different products for 15 different styles, and it's like, if you use that leave-in to moisturize your hair, you can also use it to kind of set your hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, bam. Y'all see how easy that is?
Y'all see how brown that looks?
I'll probably end up buying some more rollers because I would love to be able to do like single rollers all over. From Sunday, I can tell it didn't necessarily have like a huge difference in the way the curls looked with like 1 versus 2, but especially as my locks get longer and thicker and stuff like that, I would love to have enough roll. And I put a little bead on this lock like last week, and I just think it's cute. It stayed on there surprisingly, but we're just gonna roll around the bead. Put my satin scrunchie, my favorite. These are my favorite ways to tie my hair up with my locks. I've been loving these satin scrunchies. They are going to be linked in my Amazon storefront if they aren't already. And if you hear my cats crying outside of my bedroom door, disregard. They are clingy and honestly getting on my nerves. This is mommy's alone time. Leave me alone. I hope this seems easy to y'all. I know sometimes I can like speed through things because I'm like, oh yeah, people know how to do this. But I hope that this is not too difficult, you know, if you ever try to do it yourself. The main thing that people have an issue with is securing the end. So let me actually just show y'all how I do that again. Claw clip, small claw clip to pull that back right now. I'm taking the end of my lock. I'm going to just tuck it around. And what I'm doing is it's just right there. And then when I start to roll this, I'm going to make sure that it rolls on top of that end. So the end that I tucked first is now under there. And then it's just a matter of rolling up to the top and then using this little thing right here to, yeah. Do. You see how I'm just like speeding through? I definitely have a feeling that even as my hair gets longer, this is definitely going to be like a easy style that I use to stretch my retwists out. Like up until now, I've definitely been doing around like 4 weeks. I think the most I've gone is 5. And even this time around, did I get my hair done? It is basically 4 weeks from now. So I'm definitely going to just hopefully have this last at least like another week. And I'm also going on vacation in 2 weeks exactly. So part of me doesn't even want to get my hair retwisted and then be a little restricted on what I want to do, like, you know, as far as getting in the pool and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm trying to have some fun. So just going to let this rock, and then y'all know I can just have my hair kind of like stand up and do its own thing. So I guess this time around my retwist will probably be at around 7 weeks, which is going to be interesting, but I will be able to let y'all know, you know, how that goes. Do not judge your mother and judge your mother. Okay? Judge your mother. I sleep good. Even with all of these, there's at least like an inch left. So I'm making progress, but something actually just came to mind because I know that people who watch me are kind of at all different stages in their lock journeys. So if you are someone who has more mature locks, not as loose as my hair still is, while they are budding, they're still very squishy. They aren't like hard like some locks are. Not like crunchy hard, but you know what I mean? Like just they're harder, where my locks are still very like super malleable. Like, you know, they can behave like loose hair a lot of the time. So that's why it's easy for me to not have to use like mousse or anything like that. But if your locks are, you know, mature, like very mature, you're definitely going to need mousse. And in that case, I would only recommend doing it on hair that you have washed. If you have very mature locks and you try to just use water, I mean, you might have a little curl, but it's definitely not going to be very, you know, defined or like super curly. And you're going to need mousse, and you're going to need a lot of it. However, if you have starter locks like me, go ahead and proceed without a whole lot of it. Like, you can use a little bit. I didn't use any, but if you say, for instance, try this and it's not enough, or your curls fall too fast for your liking, then I would try the mousse next time. Just like try to ease into the amount that you're using and just test it out. You know, it will be very hard for me to quantify the amount of mousse that you need to use. But y'all know I love telling y'all to figure out what works best for your hair. So take some trial and error, just like it happened for me this week. And I just kind of dealt with the results and just let my hair do its thing like I always do. I wanted to wash my hair sooner, but it just didn't happen. I didn't feel like it. I didn't do it. But I have to touch it this week, you know? So this is my second attempt, and I'm pretty confident that this is going to come out the way that I want to, especially because my locks are still starter locks. Also, another thing is I'm not paying attention to the direction that I'm curling it. Like, you don't have to worry about twisting it one way or another, especially because you don't have a retwist that you need to worry about. If I had a fresh retwist, obviously all of my locks would be twisted to the right, so I would need to maintain going to the right in order to not unravel my root, but we don't have that. It's all done. I don't plan on taking these out. I'm not going anywhere today. I'm just going to sit down and edit some videos and probably watch some TV. I can pretty much let this air dry if I wanted to, because my locks are starter locks. I could let them air dry. If you have thicker locks or, you know, more mature locks, you're definitely going to have to sit under the dryer probably for at least 2 hours, you know. I'm going to make sure that I get about an hour under this dryer. Y'all, I am obsessed. I was oil pulling while I was taking it down, so I didn't talk or whatever, but I pretty much just pulled them out. You know, you can be a little bit more gentle than I was. I was telling y'all, you know, it's going to give me the short hair vibes. This close to my head, like, I love this look on me. Like, my TWA is so cute as is. Can't wait to do my makeup and just see it, you know, pop a little bit more. My girls, y'all understand. When you do your makeup, it's just like, okay, yes. I'm really that girl, but I love it. The blonde in the front, super cute. You can really kind of see the curls pop there. So cute. So catch y'all in my next video. If you have any questions about how I did this or anything else, any requests, definitely leave them below. Y'all know I don't do nothing to my edges, but if you're that type of person, you can go ahead and swoop them or whatever you do. And then when I get to work, I'm just gonna mist it with this oil spray that I use. It's called Ginseng. Y'all have seen it before, but I'm gonna use that just to kind of give it a little shine and everything. Even though I did use this Believe It's Butter, like kind of on my fingertips as I was taking it down. This is from my hair care line, which is basically an oil also, but the oil spray will help me to really evenly distribute it all over. So I'm gonna do that when I get to work. Otherwise, this is the final look. I will catch y'all in my next video.